Hi, boys and girls. Author Maria Dismondy here to tell you all about our class today. We learned on this Friday in our at-home Sunny Side homeschool, we learned about making a difference. The first thing we did is we read my book, The Jelly Donut Difference, illustrated by P.S. Brooks. In this story, it's a brother and sister who are arguing and bickering, which guess what? On Monday, we're going to be learning about sibling rivalry. So the brother and sister are arguing, and what they end up doing is making a difference for their neighbor. They make jelly donuts for her. And it makes a huge difference in her life. She's lonely, she lives alone, she doesn't have many family members coming to visit her, so they make her jelly donuts, and they also build snowmen, a whole snow family in her yard. And she wrote them a letter saying what a difference it made for her. So we talked about, in this book, it's sharing kindness with the world. So we talked about how can kids share kindness with the world. And so making a difference, I wanted to remind children and students that you don't have to have any money to make a difference. Building a snowman takes your time. It doesn't cost any money. We talked about Jane Goodall and how she was a researcher long time ago. And a long time ago, women were not often scientists. So she was one of the first female scientists to study animals in Africa. She made a huge difference and a lot of discoveries with the animals in Africa. And so we showed a little video, so download the PowerPoint and the video's in there. And it talks about how she wants to empower children, that even though someone might say to you, I don't know, that sounds like a really big dream of yours, that might be really hard to make happen. She said, I encourage children to go for their desires, their passions, and their dreams to make a difference. And she was able to do that. And when she was around 1 or 2 years old, her mom gave her a stuffed gorilla, and she named it Jubilee. And from that point in her life on, she was in love with animals, and then she ended up making a difference in the world of animals. Then we did a demonstration, and I will share that with you right now. So this is milk, and I put food coloring in it for the demonstration. The milk represents the world, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some soap. I'm going to put some soap on the end of a Q-tip. The Q-tip represents kind things that you do for others, okay? I'm going to put a little bit of food coloring into the milk. The food coloring is getting all over my hands. The food coloring represents people. Ooh, this one's really messy. The food coloring represents people, okay? Let me get some more. Can we put green in there? No. We'll put a little bit of pink in there, okay? And I want to show you what happens when we take kind acts and put them into the world, okay? So you can see the food coloring. Did you see that? So as those kind acts go out into the world, it changes the people. It changes the people. And what you see happening is the swirls continue to go around and around. And so every time somebody does something nice in the world, it changes the people, but the people change others as well. I love that lesson. It's a beautiful lesson of kindness and how doing nice things for others doesn't just change one person, but it changes the world. Next, what did we do? We talked about the following. We talked about time, talent, and treasures. I showed a video of a gal named Grace Vanderwall, and she was a contestant on America's Got Talent. So go ahead, download the PowerPoint and watch that. And in her video, we learned that she taught herself how to play the ukulele. She wrote an original song that she performed on America's Got Talent, and she won America's Got Talent. She won $1 million. And what I read online about her was that when people asked her, Grace, what do you want to do with the money that you won? She said, I want to build a tree house for my brothers and sisters in the backyard, and I want to donate the money to a music charity. Wow, that's amazing. And so she took her time to learn to play the ukulele. She became talented at it, and she won money through that talent. She took that treasure, which would be the money, and she gave it to others, okay? Time, talent, and treasure. And so I shared about different boys and girls in the world that have used their time and talents to make a difference. And when we did your turn, I asked children to take a piece of paper and to draw 3 things on your paper. Draw a clock to remind yourself that you can take your time to make a difference. Draw a stick figure to remember that you can use your own talents, okay? And then draw a money symbol to remind yourself. And treasure isn't just money. Treasure could be something that you value and treasure. So I value and I treasure books. So if I were to give my books to other people, that would be sharing my treasures with others, okay? Because those are treasure to me. And so one example I gave you was that my children and I have been making masks, and you can see this is not perfect. It's a little lopsided. We took some things that we could get before the lockdown. We were able to get some things at the Dollar Tree. We got brand new rubber bands, and we just cut the rubber band in half, and then we sewed it into a bandana. So I think one bandana made 3 or 4 masks, okay? And then they go over your ears like this. And you're able to protect yourself when you go out grocery shopping. So we washed these and we shared these with family and friends and neighbors so that they can be safe when they're out shopping, okay? We used our time to make them, our talent of sewing, and we gave these and shared them with others. Friends, we also sang a song at the end, and it talks about the magic penny. And a penny can be magical if you give it away, right? So if you hold on to a penny, it stays a penny. But if you give a penny away, it changes and makes a difference. So friends, I'm so glad that you tuned in today. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Maria Dismondy. If you have my poster with 101 must-read books for families, the Jelly Donut Difference is on there. So make sure you take your yellow sticker and mark that you have read it. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.